As the supreme leader of Germany, Hitler became a dictator with unlimited power. Nothing happened in that country without his consent and approval. Varian made an appointment with Ernst Hanfstaengl, who was chief of the Foreign Press Division of the Nazi Propaganda Ministry and a personal friend of Hitler's. Hanfstaengl, son of a German father and American mother, often entertained Hitler by playing classical music on the piano. Varian had never met Hanfstaengl, but they had one thing in common. They were both Harvard graduates. Though their meeting took place in Berlin, Germany's capital, Hanfstaengl spoke to Varian in English. In his cultured accent, he calmly explained that the goal of the Nazi Party was to get rid of all the Jews in Europe and that there were two opinions about what to do with them. One group suggested that all Jews be rounded up and shipped out of Europe, maybe to Palestine or Madagascar. The other group, including Hitler, wanted to solve the Jewish problem by killing the Jews. As Varian listened to Hanfstaengl, he was stunned. How could one group of people discuss the possibility of annihilating another group of people? It was such a horrible thought that Varian couldn't quite believe it. Yet he had witnessed the brutality of average Germans toward average Jews the day before. Right away, Varian wrote an article detailing this violence. It appeared in the New York Times the next day, July the 17th, 1935. At the time, few people outside Germany understood the lengths to which Hitler was willing to go. Ever since he had come to power, Hitler had been steadily working toward taking away the rights of Jews in Germany. Hitler believed in a racist theory that Germans belonged to a so-called Aryan race. In ancient times, Aryans were people who settled in northern India and spoke a language that became known as Indo-European. In the mid-1800s, Joseph Arthur, Comte de Gobineau, a wealthy Frenchman, wrote a book called Essay on the Inequality of Human Races. In it, Gobineau suggested that the white race, which he referred to as the Aryan race, was superior to all others. Gobineau's ideas later influenced Houston Stewart Chamberlain, an Englishman with great admiration for Germany. In 1899, Chamberlain's book, The Foundations of the 19th Century, was published. He wrote that all positive influences in Europe come from Aryans, all negative ones from other races, especially the Jews. Many people believe that Adolf Hitler was inspired by Chamberlain's views. Hitler was convinced that Germans were Aryans, making up a master race of Caucasian, non-Jewish people. When Varian went back home to New York City, he and his wife Eileen closely followed the news from Nazi Germany. In September 1935, only a few weeks after Varian returned from Berlin, Germany passed the Nuremberg Laws. These laws took away the civil rights of Jewish people who lived in Germany. It didn't matter to Hitler that the families of these Jewish German citizens had lived there for centuries, or that many Jewish men were war veterans who'd fought for Germany during World War I. What mattered to Hitler was that they were Jews. The Nuremberg laws dictated that a Jew was anyone who had 3 or 4 Jewish grandparents. Suddenly, all people considered Jewish were stripped of their German citizenship and segregated from other German citizens. From that point on, it was illegal for a Jew to marry a non-Jewish German. Jews were not permitted to display the German flag, own land, use the legal system, have national health insurance, serve in the military, or own a radio. Jews were forced out of their jobs as newspaper editors, doctors, and lawyers. Jewish teachers could not teach non-Jewish children. Jewish students could not attend a non-Jewish school. Jewish stores were boycotted by Germans. Books written by Jewish authors were publicly burned. Taking away their rights was only the first phase of Hitler's plan to destroy Jews everywhere, yet the Jews weren't the only group of people Hitler considered inferior. He intended to wipe out gypsies, homosexuals, Freemasons, members of a secret society frequently opposed by organized religion, Jehovah's Witnesses, a religious sect who refused to vote, salute, or join the army, and disabled people as well. With Germany's army and air force trained to carry out his orders without